ladies and gentlemen, next comer on the stage. She plays all over New York. Give it up for the very funny Hannah Lieberman.
Let's shake it. Hi. Don't answer that. I have very limited time. My name is Hannah Lieberman, which roughly translates to lover man. It's a very loose German, just like me. Loverman sounds like the BBC Classics version of fuckboy, right? And then do you know how my mom got Hannah? She saw it written on a bathroom stall while she was pregnant. For a good time, call Hannah. And she thought, that's a palindrome. Forwards and backwards the same way. So it was, wow, mom, wow. Yeah, so I'm just trying to live up to my namesake of good time fuckboy, but it's hard, you know, when you have the sexual appeal of like an overwhelmed Hebrew school teacher. You know, it's like on this magic school bus, Miss Frizzle calls her mom and starts new. Yeah, I feel like you're looking at me and you're getting a good sense of who I am. You're like, she calls it making love and it's only to the Pride and Prejudice soundtrack. This is accurate. I don't think I really became a fuckboy, but I did become a lover of palindromes. You're like, how is she single? And words and etymology. Yeah, I am triple protected because I have the pill and birth control and my personality. So we're just, no babies here. I think language is super important. I do think there are some words that need to stay gendered. And before you cancel me, okay, hear me out. Boys to Men, super fun music group. Girls to Women sounds like a pamphlet that teaches you what your period is, you know? Flamboyant, fun, feisty, flamgirlant. Take twice a day till your yeast infection clears up, right? A stable boy works on a farm. A stable girl, she works on herself. But this isn't the priority, right? Feminists are not walking around like, why isn't there a Mrs. Clean magic eraser? Nay, Ms. Clean, PhD. You know, like, we actually just want basic human rights, which is different from basic human rights, which is the right to wear Uggs. But it's not like we're around like, oh, why is there an intelligent and not an intelli-lady, you know? We're not that diligent lady. They said, don't do the diligent joke, it's not gonna work. I said, they will love it. They said, okay, they were right. It was my mom. It's very vulnerable up here, you know? It's tough up here. But you know when humans are at their most vulnerable? Mid-haircut. Because they get you looking like a wet dog and they tarp you, and then they sit you in front of a mirror for an hour and make you confront your own mortality and your lack of eyebrows. And it's like, of course the haircut looks good in the end. Your basis of the comparison for the last hour was like a sentient potato, you know? They say don't compare yourself to others. I say do, just set the bar low, you know, so you come out on top. Like, oh, I'm addicted to Starbucks. You're not addicted to heroin. Or if you are hiding it. Like, you know when I feel the least nerdy in my life? I'm clearly a very nerdy person. Like, I have big PTA energy, you know? Like, I look like I just sent a mass email that's like reminding you this is a peanut-free school. But do you know when I feel the least nerdy is at a Scrabble tournament? And maybe you're thinking like, oh my god, she's a nationally ranked competitive Scrabble player? It's worse than I thought. Well, it's my life! And I agree. But like being the hottest Scrabble player is like being the soberest Real Housewife, you know, or like the least depressed comic. And the bar is low, so you come out on top. I think I'm like a New York 7 maybe on a good day, depends on the pasta intake. And I'm like a North Carolina 9. Scrabble tournaments have a straight up Q-tile, baby. Which is to say, a 10. I'm from North Carolina. I'm a Southern Jew. Shalom, y'all. Thank you. I never was there. Growing up was fun. It was like getting sunburned was just practice for hell, you know. I'm a Jew in like a Seinfeld sense. I'd say I'm like, you know, like I have stronger opinions on bagels than on the Torah. I think my idea of the Holy Land is just Costco, you know. We're not just the chosen people. We're Kirkland's best. So it's weird growing up in the South. Like, this is going to be a huge shock to you. Brace yourself. I'm white. And I definitely have white privilege, but I'm not Southern evangelical Christian white. You know, that's like a whole other ball game. That's like, they'll say, bless your heart, and bless this mess, and also fuck your voting rights. The South is weird, because up here people are rude, but generally good. Down South, people are polite, but evil. You know? Like, we like our aggression passive, and our chicken homophobic. But you know the kind of white people I'm talking about? They're like borderline translucent, definitively transphobic. Like, I'm talking white with a capital insurrection, you know? Like, they got the spirit animal of a fox and friends. One thing I know about Jerry, he be meandering, am I right? These white people, I don't know if you knew this, actually, it's a fun fact, they're actually experts on what MLK really meant. Yeah, because they would have been on the right side of history. It's like, bitch, you're not on the right side of right now. Also, we're overestimating how many main characters there were in history. Like it was the 60s. You wouldn't have been at a sit-in. You would have been at, like, a Tupperware party in Dayton, Ohio, you know? Like, these people, also, it's not like your great ancestors, it's your Meemaw, and she wasn't marching in Selma. She's probably getting ready for a bake sale at Robert E. Lee Elementary, you know what I mean? I know myself. I know if I were born any time before the 1980s, I would have just died. Okay? I'm very weak, you know? 1600s, plague, boom, I'm out. Terrible immune system. They'd say, R.I.P. Hannah, age 14, loving wife and mother. Got by some hay fever, you know? 1700s, witch trial, and the trial wouldn't go well. I'm an angry crier. I'd say, is she speaking in tongues? You know, anytime before the invention of bifocals, I would have just walked into a wall and died. I'm blind as shit. I shouldn't have made it past natural selection. Folks, I'm telling you, even in the 1960s, I would have joined a cult. And I'll tell you why, because I'm a huge lightweight. You get one vodka cranberry in me, I'm like, how does cat dog even pee? You know? You're telling me a honey nutted this Cheerio? So can you imagine me on acid? Be like, LBJ is a lizard man, and also this guy named Carl is God. Folks, I've been Good Time Fuckboy. Thank you so much.